Good morning, student. Today we are going to start the second chapter of value education, and the name of the chapter is Common Cause. First of all, we have to understand what the phrase common cause implies. It means that it's a cause which affects everyone. Thus, people comes together to work for it. For example, all school work for the common cause, and that is education for new generation. Our country fought for the common cause, and that is independence. Now, what is a cause? A cause is an idea or a mission which a group of people believe in and support. A common people cause is one which is accepted by everyone and the working for which will benefit all mankind. Today we are going to study two stories. One story is related to the cause of environment. In the first story makes us think of the many ways in which nature has helped us and therefore it needs to be protected. Don't you agree that protecting the environment is a common cause for which we should all work? Now let's move on to the first story. In the first story, Madhuri stood before the crowd of men and women of the tribal village Barga situated on the frinks of Bakula forest. She was a young lawyer who had given up the comforts of all well-to-do home and was living with the village folks as one of them representing their causes to the government. This time the matter was quite serious because it was going to affect their livelihood, lifestyle and culture and also their very existence. The villagers were all under severe pressure because the government order to build a road to connect with the national highway. So all have to move out of this location to where we shall provide the Pakka house. But the villagers were disagree. But Madhuri said that we should find the new way or she gives suggestion to draw out an alternate plan and try to find out if a road could still be planned without the need to have it go through our villages. Madhuri always worked for the welfare of the people. And what she did, she went through the plan that the villagers had drawn and made some needed changes here and there. The road was a longer one, but it did not interfere either with the settlement there, nor did it need any drastic clearing of the forest. Now, the project took months to be cleared, for there were hurdles at every step. But Madhuri pursued with determination to see the happy ending. So, student, in the first story, Madhuri is an example of one who fight for the rights of the tribes, giving up her own life of comfort. Now, let's move on to the second story. The second story is about how a dynamic and dedicated leadership can awake noble thoughts in every citizen and therefore brings an entire nation work for the cause. Students, aren't we lucky that today we are living in a free country where democracy works? The second story is about the town panchayat school at the foothills of Yelgira. In the Eastern Ghat was a better known institution than the 5 decades old community college there because of its headmaster whose name was Mr. Naranjan Bose, who went beyond textbook and examination papers in his teaching. He taught the students to express their ideas fearlessly but respectfully, interact with each other meaningfully in their learning time, and to explore information, shifting, sorting, and storing it for use. This time, the school was planning to celebrate Independence Day differently, and they chose a leader who had worked for the freedom of the country and present what they gather as a theme. Class 7 choose Mahatma Gandhi and class 8 choose Abraham Lincoln. Each event was being conducted by the students themselves with guidance from the teachers, and finally it was the day of the exhibition where the children exhibited were attentively made presentation on almost every aspect of the leader's life. In this event, the children spoke of the similarities in the lives of both the leaders, Lincoln and Mahatma Gandhi. They also talk about the stark differences in their childhood days. The children understood that both were magnetic in their charm, the simplicity they always display, and the love they showed for every living being. The student had very clearly understood the value of understanding a person, not by just external appearance, but by the way one conducted oneself in all situations. Students, the second story is the examples of such people, role models who involves themselves in contributing to their nation in one form or the other. Now here we finish our two story in the second chapter. Okay student?